The first on our list is Mr. Darko LEDINSKI. I have already introduced him, and he will address us on behalf of the Croatian government. Mr. LEDINSKI, please, you have the floor. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, representatives of the members of the countries of the decade of Roma inclusion, members of the Roma ethnic minority, it is indeed a great pleasure that I am able to welcome you here on behalf of the Croatian government. Croatia has the presidency of the decade for this year, and it is a great pleasure that I am able to welcome you on behalf of the Deputy Minister of Social Welfare and Youth, Ms. Milanka Opačić, but unfortunately she hasn't been able to come here. She has other commitments. We believe that the objectives that have already been defined will be implemented in the course of our presidency in order to ensure full inclusion of Roma into all segments of the societies and the improvement of their social position. Croatia is aware that it must fulfill other commitments in order to be able to accede to the EU, and we pay special attention to the inclusion of the Roma ethnic minority, which has been marginalized and discriminated against, and we want to take all measures to ensure that the Roma ethnic minority and all the other ethnic minorities and Croatian nationals are able to exercise all of their rights in line with the Constitution and the Constitutional Act on the Rights of the Minorities and other laws of the Republic of Croatia, by ensuring that tolerance and mutual understanding are increased. In June 2010, we have been able to implement some regulations that improved the position of Roma, and now all 22 ethnic minorities are explicitly listed in the Constitution, including the Roma minority. The Republic of Croatia and other member countries of the decade are aware that they have to be able to face all the problems that the Roma minority has encountered, and Croatia has accepted the commitment and has passed the action plan for the inclusion of the Roma minority for the decade, defining some measures that will improve the position of the Roma minority in education, health, employment and housing. A working group has been set up to monitor the implementation of the decade plan for the inclusion of the Roma 2005-2015, and the members of the Roma ethnic community are part of it. This action plan and other documents that are part of the decade are part of our systematic effort to assist the Roma minority to fight discrimination and segregation, to create conditions for their full integration into the society. In order to implement all the measures, the government has earmarked funds, and over 62 million kunas have been allotted to the implementation of these two plans. It is especially important to ensure the participation of the Roma minority in public life. The Council of the National Minorities includes 11 members of who are representatives of the Roma minority. In the local self-government council, we have 4 Roma representatives, and we also have a member of the Croatian Parliament who comes from the Roma community. I would like to stress that in the process of its accession to the EU, in an effort to meet all the criteria for the membership in the EU, Croatia has achieved progress in improving the position of the ethnic minorities, and the Croatian government has made a commitment to improve the culture of multi-ethnic tolerance, and that it will fight all forms of ethnic or religious discrimination, marginalization, in particular hate speech in public life and in the media. We consider that the EU should really take an active part in improving the lot of the Roma minority and to improve the economic and social position of the minority. And the EU framework for national strategies for the integration of the Roma community until the year 2020 will play an important part. The Croatian government is in the process of making its new national plan, which will also cover the period until 2020, and this strategy will be in line with the EU strategy. Various segments of the society, including the Roma NGOs, have taken part in drafting this strategy. The purpose is to improve the position of the Roma ethnic minority in Croatia by cutting the multidimensional gap between the Roma population and the rest of the society in order to ensure that Romas are able to fully participate in all the segments of the society by increasing general and specific education, improving their health status and their social status. A new national strategy for Roma has been drafted, and it is now about to be approved by the government. For the Republic of Croatia, this document is of great importance. It is part of the action plan for the fulfillment of other obligations that Croatia has in order to be able to accede to the EU. We believe that in the course of our presidency, there will be a number of useful initiatives which will improve the position of the Roma national minority. The Croatian government will implement all of its legal regulations in order to improve the position of the Roma minority, and as part of this plan, Croatia will ensure that all the conditions are met in order to achieve this goal. We would like to thank the Secretariat of the Decade for assisting us in preparing this conference. We would like to welcome all of the participants, and we would like to wish you all success at this event. And finally, let me share personal experience with you. My wife has been a teacher for a long time, and in the course of her career, she has been able to teach, educate many children, including Roma children, who were an integral part of her classes. They were not segregated. I am also an educator, and I would often comment on the daily events in school, including those children, and our conclusion was that at the beginning of their education, the Roma children proved to be the most capable, smart, full of energy, and able to acquire knowledge very quickly in the first couple of grades. And then, at the end of the fourth grade, and as they embarked into higher grades in elementary school, problems cropped up. So I think that it is our joint obligation to ensure that all of our children, including the Roma children, who obviously have excellent potential and who are talented, that we should create an atmosphere in which they will be able to implement and realize their potential. Thank you very much.